Welcome back, everybody, to another podcast. I'm your boy, Patty Daddy, and to my right, this handsome MF.
Oh man, I was thinking I don't have a nickname like that. I mean, I kind of do say my name, Sacramento, yeah, and everything like that. But yeah, I think maybe we'll figure one out for myself.
I just call you Sack,
Yeah,
like ball
yeah,
sack.
but see, I can't say that. And your host Sack, right?
Patty Daddy just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it?
It just does. It rolls off the tongue. I
Yeah,
like that.
thank
But
you. It's my handle on everything. Patty Daddy Snapchat, Patty Daddy Twitter. Oh, I don't have a Twitter right now, but I'll get one. I'll get one, and it'll be Patty Daddy
mhm.
and Patty Daddy Xbox, Patty
Right,
Daddy
right.
TikTok, Patty Daddy Instagram.
But apparently, because speaking on the topic of what we have today, that wasn't your nickname at all, right? We'll get into that in a little bit, but
Today's topic is back when I used to stepping. You mentioned stump the yard. It's sort of the same essence. Back in high school, I was on a step team. It was a community service step team. We did community service within
mhm,
our community. Shout out the SWATs, Southwest A-Leaf, Texas. Um, Shout out Coach Miller. He was our coach for our step team. Um, it was a choreographed body percussion um, performance that we'll
mhm,
put on. We did pep rallies, pep rally shows. We did shows like normal shows, like within like if they had like an event at school, like dance shows, but we would be like a guest on their show.
mhm,
We had competition too,
mhm.
so
So, tell me the name of it one more time. What was it called?
we were called the Gentlemen of Elsig, G5.
And how did you get to find? How did you find out about them?
Found out about them because like you would hear word of mouth type stuff, but m- my freshman year, there's this guy that I used to be like competitive with in our geometry class. I was in
Hmm.
creative geometry, and we will always be neck and neck for the top grade,
Hmm.
like test grades, our overall grade, and we'd be neck and neck because like we both were pretty smart and like math. And his name was Victor, and
Hmm.
Victor Madu. Shout out Victor Madu. Uh, and one day we had like a special thing at lunch. Like they were like GOE came to perform, and I was not in it at the time. But Victor, I saw him up there stepping, and I was like, "Oh snap, Victor can freak! Oh my gosh, I wish I can do what Victor do." And like since I couldn't really keep up with him in geometry, he was always one step ahead of me in
Sorry to
geometry.
interrupt you. Have you ever heard of stepping before? Like, or did you knew what it was?
Stepping at the time, dang, you really putting me in ninth grade again. But at the time, I heard word of mouth type stuff. Like I would be like, oh no. But the first time I saw them perform was when I saw Victor there, and
And that's the first time you knew about this body percussion,
yeah, and I was like, that's freaking crazy cool. And if Victor can do it, I can do it, and I really
right?
want to do it. And then, but my mom, she's so crazy strict. Um, she said no, ninth grade. I was like, okay, dang, that's messed up. 10th grade, she said no, and I was like, mom, I'm I want to do it. I want to do it. I kept trying every year. Like I was like to convince my mom that I could do it. Like, but then I'd still have to go and see if I could. She was like, you can do like the community service part, but you can't do the stepping because you got to like do a lot of traveling with that.
Hmm.
I was like, I'm gonna do it. So junior year, she finally lets me join, and I joined. Junior and senior year is when I started doing it, and it was pretty fun.
Did that also carry over, or like was that just mostly you guys having geometry, like who could figure out? Like when you actually joined, were you still competing against him to become better at him, or were you kind of
Uh,
friends now with Victor?
I was like I was basically like a newcomer going
Hmm.
in, and he was already up there. He
You
already up
never
there.
tried to be better than him and like show like
No,
even though he's above me, I'm still like,
big
oh,
fan
okay.
of that. He actually has. I've seen him on a couple podcasts.
Hmm.
I don't know if it's his podcast or his friend's podcast, but like right now, I've seen him on Instagram. be on a couple podcasts. He talks about a lot of financial stuff. Um, he's low key and
Yeah.
he out there right now.
Shout out
Like
to Victor.
I
Maybe
don't
he'd want to collab.
see if he want to. No, I don't think he would collab. But hey, if shoot, I don't know. I don't even know if he knows
Hey, you
who I am.
never know. You never know in this world. I got a couple of ideas that I want us to do that you said I'm pretty bold for, but hey, I like to shoot for the stars, and I think we can go pretty far with this. Like you apparently did in stepping, because when you did finally join, did you think you would win competitions with this group, or
Oh yeah,
how would you just came into it as I want to help my community, I want to just be a part of something and just have
yeah,
fun?
that was mostly the reason. Like I didn't really do sports or anything like that, so I felt like stepping was a good way that I could express myself like out and
Hmm.
have school spirit and help out my community. So like that's the main reason why I joined that. No track and field. I wasn't really athletic, but
And to be honest, I told you earlier that the length size you have on your arms, you could have either been a really good fighter or a really good basketball player if you had coordination.
I dibble dabble in some slap boxing. That's the only advanced.
Bro, you come around with that reach, you've knocked
Yeah,
someone out with that.
you gotta have strength too. As you can see, they're lanky. They're lanky. And
I
ashy,
did. I
ashy too.
I didn't notice the ash in the videos, but you in those videos were pretty lengthy. Like
Oh,
you got some long arms when you were back in the
yes.
day.
Let's put those links in there so y'all can watch some of the.
It is on. You said these. I mean, I was watching them on YouTube, so anyone can watch them on
I
YouTube,
sent
right?
you those videos from YouTube's.
Mm.
I sent you about three. I think those are the only three that like. There's a bunch of them, but some of them are just like repeats. So I didn't bother to send you because some of the shows like in competitions that we do, we'll do the same show and with a different crowd, it would have a different reaction and like, or we would literally perform better. Like we would have we would be ouch, gosh, Nugget.
Bless you, Gesundheit.
Thank you. And how do you say thank you in German?
How do you say it? Danke?
Danke.
Danke.
Danke, danke. Yeah. Thank you. Where was I? The same performance basically, and have a different reaction just because like we hit something like better and the judges maybe didn't see it or whatever. It's pretty biased. I'm not gonna lie, but crowd energy plays a major part in it. If the crowd is feeling your performance, then the judges play like because they're also in the crowd type stuff. Like even though they have like a judge table or whatever, they can feel the energy too, so they might score you better. Like it's
I
pretty
think
biased.
it goes both ways.
Hmm.
You know, the dancers feel the crowd can also feel the dancer. And that's what I wanted to ask you is as well as when you finally did join and everything like that, you didn't go immediately into, I guess you wouldn't say the starting lineup, or you could the performers, the people who would actually go perform, you just help out with the community service, and then
Yeah,
you
like
would have to try out in order to become those people, right?
you can be a part of GOE without being a performer.
Mm-hmm.
GOE. Like if you wanted to be like part of the step team of the GOE, then you would have to stay after school and practice the choreography and like and then if you like there'd be essentially judges there too like within the organization. My coach, Coach Miller, shout out Coach Miller squad. uh Coach Miller, he'd be one of the judges, and he's actually a Sigma when he was in college, and he has it burned into his arm. I don't know whether it's the right or left, but it's a Sigma.
Did you ever touch it?
No, that's freaking weird.
You
No,
wanted to, didn't you?
I wanted to. It looked three dimensional. No, no, no lie. But that was crazy. Like fraternities back then, they burning these peoples just so you brand it for like we're literally branded, literally like how
It,
they do the cows.
yeah, in Stomp the Yard, they had a fraternity as well, and they did some crazy things on there. Like, there was one part where they were having the guy go record the other guy his moves, so they knew what he was going to do in the competition, and he ended up using the same moves on him, and it's like, oh, he fucking showed you up there, dog, like things like that. Fraternities, they're like they run deep, they
Mm-hmm.
run deep, which is crazy. But you were saying about
Like the junior version of that. We definitely didn't. haze or we didn't haze or anything like that. Like we weren't like freaking trying.
Slight joke,
But,
right?
oh, it's funny that you mentioned the like the stealing the moves thing because one of our quote unquote rivals, I forgot what they were called, but they were good, but we were good too. Like I told you, like I told you before, we were low key like prime GOE. Probably like well, I'm a little biased to that because I was in it, but we were prime GOE in my eyes, and like we left a really good legacy. We got a lot of first place shows. We got a lot of like like even within the community, we I think one time they no, not I think I know one time we performed for Erica Badu when she was in Houston having holding an event. But my mom said no, I couldn't go. So like I mean GOE, but I wasn't there because my mom said no.
You were with him in spirit.
Of course. But yeah, they went, they performed, they came back and they were like, hey, yeah, man, we had fun. Everybody was there. I was like, bro, everybody got pictures of Erica Badu. And I was like, bro, I was like, okay. But shout out Erica Badu. Yeah, we it's great community based. Like I said, like we were good even around the community, and
So when you first got yeah, when you first got called up to perform, how was that feeling? Did you have sleep that night? Did you like just constantly go over your moves or what was going on?
oh, okay. So how they really like they usually break it into like you wouldn't just go into like a competition, but like if you qualify, like if you got the steps down or whatever, you can do like a pep rally. So um that'd be like and my first pep rally was pretty exciting. Like I was like, dang, I learned all the moves so I can do the pep rally. And then I was like telling my friends, I was like, hey, go to the pep rally tomorrow. Pep rally at 6 in the morning. Like who's gonna really try to go to that? But like pep rally at 6 in the morning. But you're gonna already have to be at school, sort of.
Yeah,
So
you
like,
gotta be there.
so yeah. So like, I was like, please go to this pep rally. I'm gonna perform. Blah, this is that, and that's one of the videos. I think you should put it like as the first link because that was my very first like show. Like that was my first time performing, and it was pretty cool. Like, and you get and performing in front of your peers is something a feeling unmatched, and that is what got me hooked. Like the adrenaline that you feel when you're performing and the crowd and all that, you just feed off that. Like you get that adrenaline high, and
Hmm.
that's something I liked about. That's why I like
No,
it.
and yeah, that takes a lot of guts. You know, a lot of people can't do that. Being if it even it is just if it even is just a gym, you know, just full of your your peers and things like that, it still takes a lot of cojones to get up there and do a choreographed dance.
Not yeah,
Step,
yeah.
step,
I say
step. You
probably
say I think at one point I think it is
it's
whatever you say
it's
step.
choreographed.
It's choreographed, so
So
it says
so
technically it is.
what's the definition? Somebody look this up. Somebody Google this. Somebody Google this.
Somebody come look at this. But
Somebody Google this.
you go up there and you perform and you have your first one at a pep rally. How did that feel after? Like did give you more confidence in your dancing, your stepping abilities?
Good. You're good. Okay, yeah. I definitely like. I got a lot of feedback from my peers. They recorded that. They were like, I guess in a way, I went viral around my school
Hmm.
because one of the videos, it's on YouTube. They literally zoomed in on me. It sort of made me a little shy.
Hmm.
um, uh, and that pep rally, also led to my line name. We had line names. I know you mentioned something
Speaking
about
of nicknames,
yeah the name in the beginning. Like Stump the Yard. You said what were some of their names?
and Stomp the Yard again, they had a fraternity, so they kind of go extra when it comes to like announcements and everything. And so when they had to do their announcements, if you've seen the movie Stomp the Yard, you know they come out in the line, and one of them was pork chop and
With
extra gravy, and then it was Showtime, and then it was the main character Knucklehead.
Liquid.
So those are cool nicknames. Like those are like ones that like, you know what, you can call someone, hey, what's up, pork chop? Or like, hey, what's up, Showtime? You know?
That's my business nickname, Pork Chop. We call him Pork
Yeah,
Chop.
see, like those are good nicknames that you can, use a lot and everything like that.
Yeah.
But tell
But
me, what did they call
yeah,
you?
we had line names. I'll lead up to it. So like that performance that I did something like we were still choreographed, but we did this thing where we would step side to side, as part of our routine, and everybody would step side to side together. Like I don't know how else to describe the side to side motion, but we would all have our little spin on the stepping side to side, and me was uh flapping my arms, and at the time, Top Game was a Flappy Bird.
Yeah, I
So,
played it. I think. What was your high score on that, by the way?
like, I don't remember, probably like 60, 70, 100.
I think I made it to the hundreds. I broke
Yeah,
the hundreds
look
for
at you.
sure.
I did not have a cellular device, so I'd play on my phone, on my
Yeah,
friend's phone.
let me guess, your mom didn't let you have one.
My mom didn't let me have a phone, or we were poor, one of the two. Both play a part in it.
Well, because I was poor as well. And
Did you have a phone though?
no.
Oh, okay, 'cause it was high school and I didn't have a phone. Back to my line name was, and probably still is, Flappy Bird. Flappy Bird was my line name because of the game, because of how I was flapping my arms on the side to side, and that's literally when they zoomed in on me. I guess I did it too like extra, and then like
Right.
the step president, I don't know what they're called. He was like the president of our step team.
Hmm.
He's like our step master. Oh, that's what it is, step master. And they're called line names, by the way. Not
Hmm.
like, yeah, nickname works too, but they're called line names because when you're in the line, that's your name. Like all your
Pretty
brothers. Yeah.
self-explanatory, yeah.
And like they had other names, like you usually get your name based off something that you did, or like that, like, or something that you did during a performance, or during training, or during practice. and,
And for
and
you, it was flapping your arms
flapping my
in the
arms,
shape of a bird.
literally, and also because there's one more reason that it sort of fits. I don't know. This came like, wow, like I knew I could do this before my voice um has decided to stay at this. It was much higher pitched back then.
Yeah, it's called puberty.
Yeah, I hit it late. I hit it after high school. So while I was in high school, I was able to make this pretty accurate bird call. It's pretty loud and screechy. And I would do that in some of our performances, and they were like, "Oh snap! Like do that during like live, like when we go and perform." And then like it just furthered my line name. But my other brother's line names, I can only remember a few of them. One of them, he got his name because he would always wear his backpack during
Hmm.
practice. His line name was Mochila, but
Hmm.
I think he like flipped back and forth between line names because one of his, I remember another line name for him. It's a Blow Pop because he had a big old head, and another one, the the at the time when I joined, he was a senior, and he was like the only Mexican guy on our team, and his line name was Brother Grease because he would wear his hair slick off to the side, never come without jail. And another one, his uh his line name uh his line name was Fly Trap because when he would step, he would have his mouth open while he steps, and it's really, and
Oh,
that's
wow. Well, this-
no, they were. It's because it's really, that's what I was gonna say, because it's really based on whatever, like, because the stepmaster, he pretty much gives you your line name, and you get your line name. It's basically him just bullying you,
Mhm.
basically, like Flappy Bird. They were like, "Oh, you look like Flappy Bird," and it was like, "Oh, that's not it." Boom, that's how I got my name. Oh,
Mhm.
he can't keep his mouth shut. He fly trap, gonna catch flies, blah blah blah. And then, um, I had my other step line brother. His name is Larry, and his line name was Scary Larry. Scary Larry, but just scary because it has his actual name in it.
You
That's
see,
it.
you can't have a nickname that's Scary Larry because you expect someone that's scary? Was he scary looking?
He big tall. He
Oh,
he
okay.
was
So
really
I guess
scary.
he could.
I don't know how he got his line name. Man, Larry, if you listen to this, please let me know how you got your line name. 'Cause, you're like he's a pretty tall dude, but he's not scary. He's actually real
Isn't it
nice.
funny those nicknames where they call him like Lil Tim,
And
and
he'd be
then
the big
the biggest man ever?
dang, he should have been like Tito, little small
Tito,
man.
Tito.
Yeah.
What was I gonna ask you? How many years were you in this brotherhood?
Just like once a brother, always a brother.
What's a brother? Always a brother.
I'm alumni now, but I don't think you really call it alumni for high school. I think that's if you were
I
in
think they do
college.
call it
Yeah, I
alumni.
guess I'm GOE alumni now. I guess I just haven't been back. Whoosh, whoosh, sheesh. I don't remember the last time I stepped on campus, but I probably should get
You
back
step
into
on
it.
campus, you might get a restraining order. There you go. You got to do it the legal way. You can't just get on there
Legally, legally,
legally.
I'm gonna make this money.
He literally
He's literally going onto the campus, Gwydion. We didn't gritty back then. I don't even know.
No, imagine if you did gritty back then. Bruh, y'all would shut it down and those people. Yeah.
Literally Gwydion at the pep rally.
So, remind me again, how many years were you in there?
Oh, so I didn't like I said, I tried when I was a freshman. Mama said no. Sophomore, Mama said no. Junior year, I was like, please.
Mama, please.
I've been saying
Please,
please.
Mama Mia.
I was just like, she was just like more open because we started taking the school buses. So she was like, go ahead.
You did it
2 years.
junior and sophomore? I mean, senior.
Yeah.
So when did you win that competition? Was it your junior or senior?
Competition that we won, probably one of like our mirror show. You should put that link second. That's a good one. Click second, and then
Did you guys go into that competition knowing or wanting to win, or just wanting to go in?
The competition we want to win
Mhm.
because why the f not? Like we were good. We were good. We why would we go to the competition? But like
No, I mean sometimes the coach would just say, "Hey, let's just try our hardest." So, I guess let me rephrase the question. Were you guys confident in winning the competition?
Some shows, we know one of our they became one of our quote unquote rivals. I forgot what school they were from.
Apparently, they were nothing to you because you don't even remember.
Period.
Period.
They were sorry, they were pretty good, but we beat
Not
them.
good enough, motherfucker.
You know, so we have
Okay.
we get second place, they would get first, vice versa.
Right,
We'd get
right.
first place, they'd get second.
Right.
And there was we have a signature move that we would do at our shows,
Mhm.
and it became known as the snake. And
Snakes.
you
Okay.
see that in not the first video, but the second video. We did it in that, and we used to play a song.
The
and
one
then,
where like you guys, yeah, because you did. I remember that you did do it twice. I'm like, hey, you guys brought it back in this competition.
yeah,
Like, hey,
that's a signature move when we do any
and
competition.
my boy, I was thoroughly impressed. You could get down and lead that. I was like, oh shit! Like I thought he was gonna be in the middle. You came straight up to you led that snake.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, I only led
Patty Daddy held it down.
Yeah, the only reason why I held it down is because I was the shortest in the group. I've like I told you, puberty hit me after high school, so I was pretty short. I didn't grow until after graduation. Yeah, like I'm like 5'7" now, but when I was in high school, I was 5'2", 5'3".
I think I probably only grew maybe an inch after high school.
Yeah, but you're pretty.
I'm average. I'm
5'9"?
average. I'm like 5'9",
Yeah,
5'10".
up there, buddy. You're pretty tall.
Yeah, nah,
Short.
average.
I'm still pretty short, so I'll probably still be in the front. But that's the only reason why I was in the front. But that it did put a little pressure on me because that's our signature move. So like, and the
They should have called you Iceman.
Iceman.
You performed under the pressure. Ice and you see, they should have let me in charge of their nicknames. What they give Flappy Birds, Scary. What was it, Scary Larry? Come on.
See, like I said, like, but it was really just a way for the stepmaster, or I think it was stepmaster slash president. Um,
He
it was
just wanted to brand y'all. That's what he wanted to do.
way of like lightly bullying us, I guess.
Yeah, because he couldn't brand you. He's like, you see this? This is what happens.
Well, in a way, we did sort of get branded with our nicknames because when we would go to our competitions, we like to show up and show out and let them know who's in the building type
Mm-hmm.
stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
we got customized jackets, little windbreakers, and
Mm-hmm.
it says G5 Sigma on the side, and on our
Hey.
collar, on the back of our collar, it'd say our line name, and that was pretty cool. Mine was freaking full. I couldn't even fold my collar down because it said Flappy Bird, the
Right?
whole word Flappy Bird. I'm like,
Imagine Iceman.
Grease, brother Grease got the easier one. It just had big vibe. I
It
love it.
was Brother Flappy Bird.
No, it wouldn't say brother. It just say Flappy Bird. But God, dog, that's a wrong thing to put on the small. I had a small. I had
Unnecessary.
a small because I was small. That's why I was in the front. But,
So, what do you miss from performing? I'm guessing.
uh, the crowd, the adrenaline rush that you get. I really like performing. I really like entertaining. I like getting the the crowd
There you go.
interaction.
The car started.
The crowd interaction. The crowd interaction. It really helped motivate the performance, the energy. When we be having our tongues out, we be
Mhm.
making faces. Part of the whole experience, really. Um, doing the performances and doing the community service. The community service is really what like is really the backbone of the club. That was like probably the only club that I did. I mean, I was in ROTC, but I didn't really do after school any like competition, anything outside of like what I needed to do in ROTC. My mom basically forced me to do ROTC as a token to like my grandfather who was in the military, both on both sides. They were in the military. That
Has
was
he
like
passed away?
that was, one of them, my white grandfather.
May rest his soul.
Yeah, and and also, well, yeah, and also my on my dad's side he was in the military. He is still be alive. Uh, Shout out Grandpa Henry. I love you, man. And then yeah, so like she was basically like, oh, you got to be an ROTC, and I was gonna say I'm glad you mentioned that, but I mentioned it. I was in ROTC
Mhm.
while doing the GOE, and I my Coach Miller, uh, he he would be like he would call me ROTC. I thought that was gonna be my line name because
That
every
would have been a better one, honestly.
no
Than
no I
Flappy
would
Bird,
hate that. I would hate that
honestly.
because I did not want ROTC to define me. I didn't like I said, my mom she wanted me in ROTC. I like that I got a lot of self discipline from it. That's basically it. But I
No, I
do.
mean, I got more of my discipline from martial arts, and
No, I'm gonna let me join that. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. No, I do like I did, and I did good in ROTC. Once I was like, oh, I gotta get over this. I'm doing it for my mom type stuff. I'm doing it for my grandparents type stuff. I just started like not caring. Like whenever they would bicker at me or whatever, I'd just be like, oh okay. And in my head, I'd be like, yes sir. But in my head, I'd be like, what am I gonna eat for dinner? Like I don't even know why he's in my face right now. But once I got over that, and I would excel. Like it was easy. Everything was easy. Um, and like you just gotta pretend to be tough in front of like first years and be like, hey, you gotta do it like this. Hey, you gotta do it like that. You don't really yell at people, but I really like doing RTC, but I didn't want it to define me.
Right.
And so we in ROTC you have like a formal dress day that you get inspected on, and on those days I'd still have practice for GOE. So I'd bring a change of clothes, and one of the things I'd forget to bring is my socks and shoes. So I'd be practicing in my freshly shined ROTC shoes, real shiny boy, practicing stump the yard tricks and stunts. And that's why Coach Miller would call me ROTC. He'd be like whenever I was like trying to show myself, like I feel like it was every Monday. Like I don't know what day we would do it. Monday. Monday is when we have our formal day or whatever, and that's like the same day like GOE would do their tryouts after school to see if you make the show or the competition. And he'd be like, ROTC, what you got?
Mhm.
And then I'd be in my shorts that I brought, the shirt that I brought, but the freaking ROTC freshly shined shoes that I brought because I ain't bring those pair of shoes. And then I do my little thing, do my little do my little thing in them ROTC shoes.
So if this age Patrick were to go back to younger age Patrick to give some sort of advice, whether it be to ROTC or with you have to forgive me, what's the name of the
GOE Gentlemen of Elsick,
Gentleman of
established in
Elsick?
1998.
Would you say anything to yourself? Like, would you give yourself any advice, like just to take it all in, accept it,
No, yeah,
or
for
just
real.
to
I
like
feel like a
go
lot of
harder?
it's I wouldn't trade doing ROTC. I wouldn't trade joining GOE. I wish I would have joined sooner. Like if my mom let me to, if my mom let me do that, then I
Yeah,
would
you
have.
probably would have been there for like the whole 4 years, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't give myself any advice. All the advice that like that I would want to give myself would be intercepted immediately by my mom. So it wouldn't really matter. Um, but yeah, I think it went exactly how it should have gone. I like
It sounded like a lot of fun. Like I told you, I was really impressed with it. I thought it was gonna be bad coordination, bad video. I mean, when we do put the links on it, maybe some of you guys will have the same thoughts, like, "Oh, this is gonna be like a crappy video." But no, like I think you guys will be impressed with his skills. I don't think he has those skills anymore.
I do. I can show you right now.
No, again, we agreed that we will have video quality because we want the people to decide for themselves as well.
Right
Not
now.
just me. I just watched You Got Served and Stomp the Yard. That's my experience. There's people out there with more experience. With you said Scary Larry. Maybe yeah, I want Scary Larry to look at this,
Okay.
assess you and everything like that.
Okay. I agree.
Save those moves. I want to record them moves. Sounds a little creepy.
Hey,
But no, again, I would say that you guys, I could see why you guys won competitions.
thank
You
you,
guys had
sir.
some good moves.
Makes me feel good that that coming from you, like you were expecting. Oh, this gonna be a dupe. He's
I do
gonna,
my homework.
and
I do
then
my
and then
homework.
you're like, oh, Patty Daddy can throw down a little bit.
You got the ladies going in the crowd. I heard them.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, "Okay, Patrick." Yeah, I heard them.
Yeah, some of them, some of them, some of them. But
Some of them were thirsty, right?
my whole high school, I didn't date in high school.
Touche. Yeah. No,
Oh, okay, so
nothing.
it's after high school that you and your
No,
wife.
there was just some crazy girl that excuse me for saying that. I don't think she would listen to this, but she was a little, but I never was really official or anything with her. Nothing.
Hey, Grace.
Just one. No, there was
No,
another one. There
it
was
was
two.
many.
but
Just a dog in him.
but speaking of thirsty, I had a story I wanted to share with you.
Do tell.
I had to go get some water from the store the other day, and I take my jug. I just had one jug because we have Ready Refresh, and they take the other ones. So we're waiting for.
Ready Refresh. I hate them. They keep charging my card, and then I give them freaking money. I gotta.
Unless you guys want to sponsor us, Ready
I gotta call
Refresh.
them. No, I'm still gonna say it. Ready Refresh. Unless you send me my money back, then I'll be good again. Because I've been putting it. They're like, I'm like, where's the new water? Where is it? Show me.
Give me the water.
The water. The water that But they keep on saying like, "Oh, we're gonna charge you late fees type stuff," and I was like, "Where's the water? Bring the water! I got empty jugs sitting in my little what is that thing called?
um,
Dispenser.
dispenser. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I got empty jugs sitting all in around. I even got a stand off Amazon to hold the extras, and guess
Yeah,
what? They're empty too.
and
So
empty. So yeah, I'm waiting for my water bottles to come. So I had to go refill another one, and I went to Whole Foods because they have a good water dispenser. I'm gonna be petty. I'm not gonna be petty with it because I've been to the one at Kroger. For one, every time I go, it doesn't work or it's dirty. I don't want that. So I want to go to Whole Foods. I get my alkaline,
alkaline.
alkaline, and usually when I go there, there's no one there, like no one. And I think this was like on a Saturday I went, and it was like midday, so of course the grocery store was busy and everything. And I go in there, I have like a route, and I take a left, and I see it like down, and I see one guy. He has like three jugs. I mean, it's people do that. It's normal. You fill up more than one jug at a time. And so I'm like, okay, it's gonna take a minute, so I'm gonna just like take my time getting there. But the closer I get there, I see another person. They have like three jugs as well. And then I'm like, bro, what's going on? Like two people is fine. Like this isn't like too out of the ordinary, right?
Wednesday is water day.
No, this is a weekend.
Oh, water.
This is a
weekend.
What a weekend.
Water weekend.
What a weekend.
What a weekend.
But as soon as I get there, there's a third person there, and they all have like freaking grocery carts just of jugs like waiting to fill up. God, I am sorry about that again.
Empty jugs ready to fill.
Empty jugs ready to fill, man. And I'm just like there with my one jug. Like, this is weird. There's four of us here just standing. And it's funny too, just like looking around and people looking at us like, what's going on over there? Like, is there like an event happening? Is there a water sale happening that I don't know what's going on?
Shortage that I don't know about? Yeah.
Right? And it's just like weird. Is there something that's going on that I shouldn't know about? And as soon as the first guy is about to finish doing his water, bro, a fifth guy appears. Like he doesn't have jugs. He has. That's what she said. He has. He just has like two little water containers.
Joke and then do your hands like that.
Thank God we don't have recording because I would have been killed. But oh Jesus! Here I'm so party foul, guys. Party foul. Give us a second here. They connect that cable back right there. Yeah, it goes into musical input. So, and it was just weird. And then as soon as the first guy finished, the second guy was going, and he he finished fairly quickly. That's what she said. And then with the third guy, he had a jug, and he was nice enough to say like, "Hey man, I see you have one. Like, do you want to use the one next to me?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's perfectly fine." And it's weird because as soon as we both go, we put ours there and we press the button at the same time. And now, like, you kind of just like, it's gonna take a minute. Like if you have ever filled up a water jug, it takes a minute. So you're kind of just there, and you kind of like,
"Oh, how's the weather?"
How's the weather? But no, it's weird. It was awkward. I'm like, this is weird. Like I must be in like a Twilight Zone. Like people don't go this crazy over water. Why is there like a huge line for water? I guess just me. Maybe it was just a me thing.
It was just one of them days. You needed to experience that awkward silence.
Mm-hmm.
Let's enjoy one of those right now. And we're back.
What a great commercial break. But that will conclude today's episode. I think I appreciate more of the stepping culture. I think if there was a competition that you know was coming up, I'm down to go and watch. So if you know of anything, let's go. Maybe we can even go do a podcast out there and talk to some people
firsthand.
Mm-hmm. feel how that is. Yeah, I think those competitions are pretty cool. But if you guys want to reach out to us, we have an Instagram, we have a Twitter. If you guys want to have questions that appear on the show, like a Q&A type of thing.
Send questions. Maybe we'll do a Q&A podcast, little
exactly.
short one, with all the questions that you guys send and the ones that we make up because we didn't get enough questions. We're gonna answer them all right here on the podcast.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we'll do. I'm thinking of maybe doing like a TikTok live. Having people, because just having a video right here and just while we're recording and things like that.
I don't know what we look like.
Wasn't that the point?
Yeah.
You do a whole competition in front of people when you're worried about people seeing your face in the video.
Yeah.
But if you guys want to reach out to us and send us your questions, you can reach us at ssdd_podcast. Again, that's ssdd_podcast. And what's the Instagram, Patrick?
Go to our Instagram, which is ssdd_pod. That's ssdd_pod.
Thank you guys all for listening. We appreciate you all. Yeah, do you have anything else to add, Patrick?
I just wanted to say, Haka.